going from Stirling Station to work, which is out at Midland, and yeah, we're on our way. Let's see if we can get through all these lights and everything else. Okay, so far so good. Let's see if we can beat these buses around the corner. Might be. Depends if this truck goes fast enough. Let's go around the corner. A bit of a bonus. I'm hoping this guy's not going to turn left here. Woohoo! That's where I want to go. Okay, let's go. Going through a suburb now called, well, not a suburb, yeah, I guess it is a suburb, called Stirling, and historically it's always been the place where, you know, Greeks and Italians lived. You can see by some of the styles of the houses, they've still got their white columns and their lines, concrete lines at the front, and you can see this house on the left hand side. Good examples of it. A lot of the places are old, as in, you know, they're from the 1960s, maybe 1970s, interspersed with some newer places which has been dozed in the recent last sort of few years. It's one of those places that's sort of like, it's waiting to go as in prime real estate. As you can see, there's places on the left hand side, there's huge blocks, but the council hasn't allowed any subdivision in this area yet, and so well, as far as I know, and so the prices haven't skyrocketed. But as soon as they start allowing subdivision, like they've done in other suburbs nearby, like over at Gwelup or Inaloo, I think this is going to be the next area that goes nuts, especially because of the big blocks these houses sit on. So yeah, but if you want a big house and a well, not a big house, but a place on a big bit of ground, I guess this is the place to buy it. Just over the top here, there's a bit of a shopping centre. Well, I guess it's a what would you call it? Is it here? No, it's further up the hill. It's further up the hill, so I don't worry about it. Okay. Yeah, just up here a bit, near the crest of the hill. There's a bit of a, just coming up on the left hand side now, there's an old shopping centre. For the last God knows how many years it's been for lease. I guess it's just either they're asking the exorbitant amounts of rent, or it's just in a terrible location. You know, plus I guess that's what happens. You know, suburbs change demographics. There used to be, you know, lots of kids and, yeah, and young people moving in, and then the kids get older, move out, the people stay there, they get older and older, their needs change, and so you know, the demographics and the buying sort of potential, for want of a better word, of the whole suburb starts to change, and so it's like it becomes a you know, what was a, you know, thriving shopping centre can start to wither and die. Maybe that's what's happened there. Who knows? Could be something else. Could be something more sinister. Who knows? But you wouldn't want to be the landlord, or the person who owns that property. Is probably still paying the bank loan for the building they bought God knows how many years ago, and so there's a place sitting there with not earning any money, and so feel sympathy for those people that buy into things and it doesn't work out quite as you anticipated, or the circumstances around you change. Yeah, it's just not a good situation to be in. But we're just coming up now on Balcatta Road. This is on the right hand side is the Balcatta Recycling Station, or the locally known as the Tip. And so we're just going to turn right here. That'll take us across to Wanneroo Road. And Wanneroo Road will head north and then jump onto Reid Highway. And so the reason I've taken this little sort of a windy road through the suburb is trying to avoid traffic lights and peak hour congestion. So it is, you know, what is the time now? About 7:45 in the morning, and so yeah, it's trying to avoid all that silliness. Let's have a look at the price of fuel coming up here. So unleaded 153 discount. Oh my god, diesel 203. And it was down way lower than that. It's gone back up again. So yeah, it's hurts every time you go to the service station and fill up, especially when you're driving 4-wheel drive with an 80-litre tank. Yeah, it starts to add up. There is places around the city that are much cheaper. I was looking on Fuel Watch the other day, and there's a place out at Ascot, out near the airport, and there's a couple of places out there which are selling fuel for between 180 and 185. So when you think about it, that's nearly a 20 cents a litre difference. So 20 cents, what's that on an 80-litre tank? That's nearly saving us $16 every time you fill up. And that doesn't take long before that starts adding up. Okay, we're now onto Wanneroo Road. We join the convoy that's all waiting to turn onto the freeway. Most of it is trucks, most of it, but today looks like, because today is a Monday, it's Western Power trucks waiting to turn onto the freeway, as usual. So, oh my god, they're all moving. One car, 2 cars are through. Am I going to get through? Let's chance it and see what happens. Yes, I can get through. So much more for my prediction of not getting through. We got through. Okay. Let's see if we get to the next traffic light. So this is the Reid Highway, one of the largest, actually majorish, if there's such a word, highways that goes east-west across Perth. This goes from almost all the coast to almost Midland, which is the other side of Perth, the eastern side of Perth, and it takes a lot of traffic from the northern part of part of Perth across to Midland, where there you can connect up with various roads heading north or east. So there's roads going up north to northern WA, or east out to Kalgoorlie, and then on to beyond. So it takes a lot of traffic. There's a lot of trucks that usually go along here. So this is one of the major roads. Up until, well, it wasn't that long ago, 5-6 years ago, this used to be a single lane road, which was a real take your life in your hands type caper. Every one of these, we're just driving over a big bridge now. I think that's over Alexander Drive, I think. That used to be traffic lights and stop start. But now they've done a bit of an overhaul and got rid of the traffic lights, or most of them, and it's so much more easier and pleasant and safer to drive on. So yes, at least with this bushes in the middle, most of them look like Geraldton waxes from my limited biological knowledge. See where that kinky flowers. But yeah, so we'll see it goes. No, it wasn't. It was Mirrabooka Drive we just passed over. Coming up on Alexander, which was another set of traffic lights back in the day. Still quite a few banks of grey clouds floating around. It did rain some time on the weekend. Perth didn't get a lot of rain, maybe like definitely less than 5 mils, it was probably less than 3. But some of the places inland near Southern Cross and towards Kalgoorlie got a bit, I believe. So it's going to be interesting to see how much rain did fall out there. It's just enough rain has fallen here to make the roads all shiny. You can see that sort of like the road surface itself looks bright. Just a level of dampness sitting on it. So here's Malaga, or as we pronounce it in Perth. Other people pronounce it Malaga. We pronounce it Malaga. So this is a get over the top of this. And then we'll head down towards Tonkin Highway, which is one of the largest north-south hubs. It's a new one. The highway that runs north-south. It's taking a lot of traffic at the moment, which is nice. So you'll find that a lot of these cars will turn off and head onto Tonkin, either they're heading north or south. So. Okay, so that's the turn off there. You can see on the left hand side into Tonkin Highway, get Geraldton to the north, Armagh to the south, or you can go to the airport, which is slightly south of here. And this is the bridge that continues on, that goes over Tonkin Highway. I don't know how much you can see, but you've got to see a little bit of the road down the sides, left side. But yeah, so on a clear day, for the top of this bridge, which is not very high at all, nothing like Gateway Bridge in Brisbane or any other bridge, big bridge in the east coast. This is just a road bridge. You should be able to see the Perth Hills out there, but unfortunately today they are just hidden in the murk of these grey clouds, rain and muck that's floating around. I'll see if we can pass this old truck that's pumping out a fair bit of water off the road. It's busy pumping the road dry. So yeah, so now we'll continue on down here. Now, just up there, straight ahead, you can see there's a lot of trees that look like they go across the road. They don't, because the road takes a bend. That's the next traffic light. This is the remnants of the old system. So I think they're going to build some more bridges out here, because I've seen what looks like a geotech drill rig on the side of the road poking some holes into the ground. It seems to be like a bit of a precursor they do to figuring out what do they need to actually do to build a what do you call it, a bridge. So so there's a lot of cars in front. We'll see how we go through this thing, because sometimes this traffic intersection can be a right pain in the bum. You can see the flashing lights up there, basically a sign saying that that there's a traffic light and be prepared to stop. Which is good they put them up. Okay, a couple of cars in front of me turning right, so that's the right. No matter which lane I go into, both have got big trucks in it. I don't want to go too fast here in these type of conditions, because cars can slide, and it doesn't take much for some clown up front to slam on the brake and everybody's sliding into each other. So give a bit of space. No fancy those guys, two cars ahead of me. They just did a cloud of water droplets. Hopefully the windscreen's not getting too dirty for this video. Might have to wash it. Let's try giving it a wash. Apologies for that. Windscreen wiper zooming back and forth, trying to scrub the muck off the screen. Okay. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4 trucks in the left-hand lane. Okay, the thing in the middle doesn't quite qualify as a truck, but you know, it's enough to be a pain in the bum when trying to accelerate. This is another one of those intersections, Dumpelia Drive. I think it's Drive Road, something like that. Anyway, so it takes it to this up to the suburbs like Ellenbrook, and again, it would be a nice one to put a bridge over. So it does seriously throttle the flow of the traffic. Give it a bit more space. I think I'm running a bit too close to the sky. Now he wants to come across now. I'm going to try this way. Sometimes this is quicker. Oh, he's putting a bit of water up in the air. Let's see if I can get in front of a bit. I can see what's happening. So this is West Swan Road, second last intersection on this road that I have to go through, and then I have to turn, sorry, itchy nose, I have to turn right onto Great Northern Highway and actually head south on Great Northern Highway. Waiting for a bit of a gap to come across. I've got a clown and a blue car sitting in one blind spot. Okay, I'm going to start coming across. So just going past, I think it's no, it's a prison. Oh, which prison is it? Mine's gone blank now. Bandia, is it? I think it's the women's prison. Oh, I can't remember now. It's not one of the high security prisons, but we've just gone past that. And down here, just ahead and where the road starts to veer slightly to the left, there's we go over the bridge. It's the White Man Bridge. This actually goes over the Swan River. So we'll go going over the bridge now. Not that you can see much from here. If I look down the side, I can see the water. But this is the intersection coming up that I have to turn right into. I need to stay in the right hand lane because the road does split around the corner, and so I want to continue straight ahead rather than veer off to the left. And here we go, turning into sunny Midland. And, come on guys, give us a chance to come in. Northern Highway. I think it's especially great about it, but I guess it's old. You know, it's one of those roads that's probably been around for since horse and cart days, and yeah, back then it was great. I mean, WA does the thing about Great Eastern Highway, Great Northern Highway, Great Southern Highway. Nothing great about them. Just I wonder why people went with the name Great. You know, like, does it mean it was bigger than something else? I don't know. And I suppose Queensland's got, you know, giant lobster or whatever it is, banana. We're going to have a great highway. Okay, this is always a chance you take depending which lane. Could be some clown up front who wants to turn right. And if that's the case, we're sitting for a while. If not, we're going through. Finishing it. You can see the type of houses around here. This is Midland. This is not one of the most affluent suburbs in Perth, but you know, it's an old suburb. It's been around for a long time. I understand its original name used to be Midland Junction because this is where all the train lines used to meet, and so the rail workshops used to be out here. So it's been, you know, it has been a for want of a better word, like a heavy industry town for, I guess, good part of 100 years, and definitely since the sort of 1920s, 1930s, and so yeah, it's got that bit of a heritage to it. Don't know when it swapped its name, dropped the name Junction from it, but yes, it was just referred to as Midland now. So yeah, so we'll turn along here, and we are fast approaching my work, and so I'll be signing off round about here, and catch you all later. Like a bit of water around here. Maybe a lot more water coming down out here than did at home.